What up everyone, it's your man Xman87 here, bringing you another Marvel Legends news video, and what I have for you today is my recap of the Marvel Legends Fanstream reveals for Tuesday, April 1st, 2025. But before we get into everything, if you could please leave a thumbs up like rating on the video, it'll help show your support for my channel and I greatly appreciate it. Now with that said, let's talk about it. Let's start off with this Born Again Daredevil real quick. I already covered Daredevil when he was first revealed, but they demonstrated some noteworthy things I like to point out since they had a prototype to demo. But just like the MCU Wolverine, he does have the 360 shoulder rotation that you can also shift up and down like the import style, and the neck rocker moves really well. You'll get a lot of range on that. So yeah, that's all I wanted to share with that. Now on to the newest reveals. They kicked it off with some movie stuff, and first up are some 2-packs for the new Thunderbolts film. So the first 2-pack is Jelena Belova and Red Guardian. These have their updated movie looks, obviously. They never really give much accessories for MCU Jelena figures, but they gave her a new dagger and a pistol. Not crazy about the look, but this is probably the best Florence Pugh portrait out there. This Red Guardian figure looks so much better than the last one. This newer sculpt looks nicer for him. He's pinless with all hands, 2 head styles, and pistols that you can store onto his holster belt on his back. Pre-order starts sometime in spring and will be mainline. And the next 2-pack is John Walker and Sentry. John Walker has a more updated look, like a new head sculpt with the A logo not sculpted onto the helmet. Some nice dry weathering on his suit and battle damaged markings on his shield. Besides the shield, he's got alt hands, and I don't know if his sidearm is keyed into the sculpt, but I think it is. Otherwise, they show it separately here on the render. The MCU Sentry just looks whack to me. That mustard color doesn't look good on this figure. It may look better in the film, but as far as this figure goes, it just doesn't pop. Only an extra set of hands. I don't know, he just looks puny. Same as the other 2-pack, it's mainline and will go up for pre-order sometime in spring. Next up is the Spider-Man 3 symbiote suit. I knew we were all expecting this at some point. They did exactly what I thought they would do, which is sculpt the new torso and leave everything else the same. They had to sculpt the new torso for it since the spider logo on the black web suit is a different design. I don't think this mask is accurate though. The lens look a little too wide and the angularity is not sharp enough. It's too white where I feel it should have had a more grayish tint. The accessories are the best thing about this figure, with the emo Bully Maguire head and the Venom symbiote effect that can wrap around his neck. That's a pretty neat accessory, which could work well with some other symbiote figures. I don't really like the way this came out. What's the biggest eyesore for me is that the legs look smoothed out, or should I say the texturing is very subtle while the torso is heavily texturized. I even noticed it on the on-hand images, not just the product images. It makes the figure look off. I think the reuse of the arms and legs aren't right, as to me they had a slightly different design, especially when it comes to the spacing between the cobwebbing. Not film accurate to me. Sorry, not a fan of it, but I am a fan of the new accessories. Luckily, if you like it and want it, it's not an exclusive and will be mainline. Pre-order goes up Thursday, April 3rd, 2025, and no word on pricing or release date. On to another Spider-Man reveal, we get the Gamerverse Velocity suit. So the Velocity suit from Spider-Man PS4 gets an update to its 2.0 version with the black symbol. It's literally a repaint of the last one, but with a darker blue deco. They wanted to go for the Adi Granoff comic cover look. They gave him even set of hands this time around with some web splat accessories. Of all the suits they picked to update from the game, this was the wrong one. They need to update the advanced suit in the correct way. I got souped up in the beginning of the live stream when they said we got some more Gamerverse to show. Man, I was thinking, yo, we're getting Marvel Rivals. Only for it to be this shit. What a waste. Need more villains from the game. Anyways, it will be another Walmart Collector Con exclusive later this year. Next up is Weapon X Wolverine. Okay, I'm pretty hyped for this, as I always get excited for anything Weapon X. I just have such a big love for Weapon X. I don't know why, but I do. A new Weapon X Wolverine that they updated to be more comic accurate. So he's pinless, no chest harness, it's just the shoulder straps, blue tubes over red, some new accessories like the regulators that look to store around the neck before popping the head on, and you could plug one of the tubes right through it, so that's cool. New claws on closed and open hands, new heads, and most importantly of all, new hair meat. He's got all the hair meats covering his calves completely. The last one only had the sides of his calves covered, his upper thighs, all of his arms, back and chest, even on the butterfly joints. Funniest shit to me is that they left the shape of his nipples but didn't paint the nipples. So it just looks like he has a hairless patch of nipples. Okay, I'm done, man. Overall, I like the new additions for this update, but they didn't paint the silver parts. And now looking at it in the retro card, those new claws can't be good if they are already warped badly like that in the promo images here. I may hold off on this one and not upgrade just yet. I'll think about it. It will be a Target exclusive and will be available for pre-order later this year. One I'm definitely not holding off on and will pick up right away is this newly updated comic Mystique figure. A new comic head which looks pretty decent. It could have been better though because I feel like it looks like the last comic one we got. The hair looks the same to me. Honestly, I think it is the same hairstyle. Almost the same expression too. I'm probably going to say that the VHS one looked better. I like my Mystique looking evil and sexy, so it's not too bad, but again, could have been better. The first thing I noticed that I was upset about was not having the upgraded torso. Stupid decision not to do so since you literally have the Phoenix and Warbird torsos that have that collar cut to work on this. One thing I liked is that they sculpted the arm sleeves and gave her the pinless double jointed arms. Something I wanted with Madame Hydra where they did have the arm sleeves sculpted on but didn't give her double jointed arms. It's worth noting that she has the bicep swivel placed correctly where the sleeve cut ends. Something they should have done for Warbird 2 since they sculpted her thigh highs. This one here is all pinless, same skirt piece. For accessories, they gave her the trigger hands and the older looking opened hands. No fist though. I guess I can always use the fist that came with Emma Frost. Should work on this. The pistol and rifle that came with the Inner Demons. And lastly, an updated Black Queen Jean Grey head with the face print deco. So for those that have the Post-Con Hellfire Club set from back in 2020, then you can now update that figure with this accessory. So that's pretty sweet as I'll be doing that. One thing I gotta say is it is a terrible decision making this character another exclusive. First time was Walgreens, then the VHS one was a post-Disney Store shared exclusive, I believe. Now this being a Target exclusive, it's just not cool, Hasbro. I don't know what it is with them not making characters like this easily accessible for their consumers. This is gonna be a bitch to track down. I just know it. Thanks, Hasbro. So, again, a Target exclusive set for pre-order later this year. Oh, I like this one. So, following from spring of last year's supervillains pack of Zemo and Zola, we are getting another supervillains 2-pack, but with Madame Masque and Crossbones. This was exciting for me because my loyal viewers know that I've been wanting a new Madame Masque figure for a hot minute because I've been in dire need to bolster my AIM shelf. And while I'm excited for it, at the same time, I hate to complain, but I have to here because they went with the more modern version over the classic. The classic was the easiest figure they could have done. Literally, all they had to do was put her on the Black Widow Deluxe body and just add an upper torso to continue the zipper line since she's in a cat suit. Which they could have used this same upper torso here, which is reused from the female S.H.I.E.L.D. agents, I believe. I don't get it. I don't hate the modern design, so I don't want you to think that I hate this. I'm actually a fan of it, but I prefer the classic one more. They had that Black Widow body set up for a classic version, and they didn't do it. I just don't get it, bro. At least they gave her the classic head with the golden iron mask, so besides those heads for accessories, she has alt hands, 2 golden guns, gun effects. The Punisher War Journal ground blast effects is reused here. Then the briefcase filled with her OnlyFans money she makes on the side when crime ain't paying the bills. I love the AIM logo on it, man. Little things like that I love, especially since I'm displaying it on my AIM shelf. The Crossbones came out tough, way better than the one we got from 5 years ago in the Crimson Dynamo Bathwave, I think. Much better head sculpt this time around, as they actually sculpted the Masque design and not just painted over it. So that in itself makes him look 10 times better. He's got the Luke Cage arms and torso with the tactical vest overlay. Great details on the vest, and it even has the Crossbones logo on it. Wristbands, new gloves, I think. I think those are the modern Hercules legs, but with combat boots. I'm not a big fan of those legs, but they look good for the most part here. Some newer overlays along with the vest, like the belt and thigh strap. The figure is nicely done in an all black and gray deco. Accessories include trigger hands, a knife, some handguns, and a rifle. It's good to see a new updated Crossbones. He was rumored to be in a 2-pack with Constrictor last year, but didn't make it, and now he finally made it, but with Madame Masque. Sure, I have my critiques, but I'm still a fan of this set overall. Always happy to get more female villains in the line, and I can never say no to a Crossbones figure. This goes up for pre-order at the end of the month on Wednesday, April 30th, 2025, and will be an Amazon exclusive. No word on price, but the 2-packs are usually $49.99. Oh man, something I've always wanted, a Fantastic Four She-Hulk. So my prediction was half right. I predicted the dumbbell weights would be either an animated series Eddie Brock or Savage She-Hulk. I say half right because I predicted the wrong look. Man, I've predicted this Fantastic Four She-Hulk so many times before fan streams and never happened. Of course, the one time I don't, it happens. And that's fine though, as you guys know, I've been wanting a Fantastic Four She-Hulk so badly. So to see it here, finally revealed, oh man, super freaking delighted. And I'm so happy she comes with the ponytail hairstyle that I wanted. If you guys remember the Fantastic Four She-Hulk, that was a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive back in 2007, also had a ponytail. But she has the same skin tone as the retro one, so you can swap this head if you want on that one for altered looks. And this comes with that same retro head too. She has the 2 dumbbells, obviously, and 3 sets of hands, which is great. So 2 fists, 2 C-grip hands, and a thumbs up for the right and peace sign for the left. I gotta point out that, again, Hasbro failed to give us an angry head with She-Hulk. That's all that's missing here for me. Other than that, the Fantastic Four deco looks perfect on her, and as far as I can tell, I don't see the mismatched plastic tones on her elbows and knees like the last one, so it looks like they are looking to improve on that. Overall, a great offering, and even better on the Fantastic Four retro packaging, which I also predicted at one point that she would come packaged in. She looks perfect on that card, and that's how it should be. This will be a fan channel exclusive and will be available to pre-order on Thursday, April 24th, 2025. The final reveal of the day was the one I expected the most, and it was Maximum Series Hulk. This is probably the one Hulk figure I've seen come with the most accessories. So you get the missile from what was last shown on the last fan stream as a teaser. What's cool about it is that you can take it apart and it has all the wiring underneath. Also comes with a little tail end missile effects to plug into it. He's got 3 heads, 3 sets of hands, a thunderclap impact effect, and thunderclap swoosh effects. So 12 accessories in total. I'll touch more on the accessories later, but I need to tackle on this sculpt because from what I see, I'm slightly let down. I think a little more than slightly let down. I was expecting an all-new sculpt to be Maximum, and Hasbro put the minimum effort in because it's pretty much the same damn Hulk figure as before, with the exception of a few new tweaks. First thing I noticed was that he has the same legs because of those damn pins. Like, really? Really? We are really leaving pins on a line called Maximum. That doesn't scream Maximum to me at all. He has the same damn arms too. They didn't bother to sculpt new arms for him to give him double jointed elbows to perhaps give him more range there. And lastly, no double diaphragm joint at the torso. I was hoping to finally get a Hulk with a great ball jointed waist to crunch forward a lot, but Nope. What they did do that piqued my interest was the upper torso is a pliable plastic design. Think Storm Collectibles. This is so that the thunderclap pose can be captured to bring his arms fully forward and not hindered like previous butterfly joints because he had such a wide torso. And being someone who dabbled in Storm Collectibles a lot, it sounds and looks just like that when Dwight was demoing the figure. And I'll play the clip for you right here, right now, so you can see.
Where you can have him in a more standard pose for the shelf, or you can get him in a really dynamic way. And we did that without putting these really severe cuts to get that forward butterfly. So just to kind of clarify and provide just my opinion, I think it came out. I wasn't sure how it was going to come out, but I'm pretty happy with how it did. And yeah, you can get some awesome poses and photos like Matt had on the screen there. It's there when you need it, and then it's not when you don't. How about that?
Exactly.
Butterflies.
Yeah, it has that good old rough, squeaky, ratchet sound like the Storm Collectibles figures. So another page they are taking from another import company. I can't be mad at that at all. So the thunderclap hands and effects is something I've always wanted in a Hulk figure. The thunderclap swoosh effects are form-fitted to clip onto the hands, and you can just place the impact effect in between the hands once you have them close and tightly together. I'm not big on the 3 heads though. Not big on the McGinnis head. The big teeth one looks like the Masque on steroids. The all-white pupils I was never a big fan of because the beastly beauty of the Hulk is seeing and feeling the anger in his eyes. Taking away his pupils takes away all that. And lastly, I forgot to mention is that he has toe joints. So they've mixed some new stuff with the old, and while it still looks like a good Hulk figure, I'm not blown away like I want it to be. Pre-orders go up next Thursday, April 10th, 2025 at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. It will be a fan channel / Amazon exclusive and will officially retail for $59.99. So I know there was a lot of speculation that it would be $70 or $75, but it's the same price as the 85 years Odin figure. So if you want to play comparisons, the 20th anniversary Hulk was $45 with only 5 accessories. With this at $60, the extra $15 will get you 7 more accessories, which also features toe joints and a new torso to increase shoulder articulation forward to get you those thunderclap poses. You decide if that's worth it to you for the $15 difference. Take this as a positive or negative, but at least they played it safe and keeping the price at $60 like that Odin and not push over $70. Because if they pushed over $70 with all the reused parts I see here, then that would not be worth it at all, and collectors would have every right to voice their displeasure, which they still would even if this was $30. But just saying, it could have been so much worse, and that would have killed off the Maximum line on their first year. The one thing Hasbro should not do for their Maximum line is reuse existing parts, and they did just that here. Not a good sign. I think reuse should be a cardinal sin for a Maximum series. The Maximum series should be the gold standard of the line and treated as such with stringent rules of no reuse whatsoever. I mean, that's fucking embarrassing to see pins on a Maximum figure. Imagine seeing pins on an import figure. Not a good look. This should have been all new tooling. To me, the Gamerverse Venom at $60 is more Maximum series than the Mega Deluxe it's labeled as. This is more of a Mega Deluxe than Maximum. If it wasn't for the channel, I wouldn't be getting this, but I know you guys will want me to review it. I should have this funny running joke slogan on my channel and just say, I buy Marvel Legends, so you don't have to. It's all fun and love to joke around in the hobby and not take everything seriously, but I do expect better than this from Hasbro's Premium Deluxe line. It's teaser time. The first teaser shown was Dwight torturing us with the Bucky cap of accessories, that little hand flame effects that I hate so much, which has got to be some cruel April Fool's joke, man. But I think all these teasers are for future Maximum series releases, so I don't think this will be included in a Maximum figure. God, I hope not. But I think it's supposed to be hinting at a Maximum Human Torch. The second teaser was easy. As soon as they said a character that may be bigger than Hulk and they show this dome-like impact effect that pretty much screams Marvel vs. Capcom Juggernaut Dash effect, I'm like, oh yeah, that's MVC Juggernaut. Then the last one looks to be another Marvel vs. Capcom inspired accessory, which would be my girl Psylocke. Can't hide Psylocke stuff from me, man. I play these Marvel vs. Capcom games every day on my retro arcade cabinet, so I'm stoked for a new Psylocke, and I need all the upgraded articulation on this. I'm gonna make an early prediction here and say she'll be the first female in the Maximum series line with toe joints. Hopefully, I'm right about that. If I am, you heard it here first. Overall, not that good of a showing. I give the movie stuff, Gamerverse, Velocity, Suit Spider-Man, Spider-Man 3, Symbiote Spider-Man, and even Max Hulk a thumbs down. I will give the Fantastic Four She-Hulk, the Supervillains Pack, Weapon X, and Mystique a thumbs up. Although, I have to give any Target exclusive a thumbs down because they are becoming super hard to come by in my area. But yeah, for a spring fan stream, this was a big letdown as they usually come out swinging for their spring fan streams, revealing some annual programs, and we didn't get any annual stuff at all. So in baseball terms, they just hit grounders here. They need to come out swinging for the fences their next at bat. I rate today's fan stream a very low 5 out of 10. Now I'm kicking it back to you. What did you think of today's reveals? What are your thumbs up and thumbs down? What was your favorite reveal overall? My favorite reveal was the Fantastic Four She-Hulk, hands down. Comment below, let me know, we'll chat about it. Thanks for watching another Marvel Legends news video. Please follow me on Instagram if you haven't already at xman87. Hit the notification bell so you always know when my latest videos are up. Share and subscribe if you're new. See you on the next video. Peace, peace.